Meredith dear, how are you doing?
Wait, who is this?
It's me, Stella!
Wait, Stella? As in Stella Townsend?
That's right! Did you forget that we exchanged contact information not too long ago?
Did we really?
You told me what social media you use over the lunch break, and you even showed me your QR code so we could follow each other.
Things are coming back to me now. I'm sorry, Miss Townsend. Is something the matter?
Not a day goes by without me thinking how much of a kind person you are, Meredith dear. It's truly admiring.
Oh, is it really? Why, thank you, Miss Townsend. You just made my day.
You teach me. Quite the older woman already, that works so compassionately and considerately, and you're so friendly to me. I just felt like I should thank you. You're really helping me out with everything, dear, and I really appreciate it.
Am I really? I'm so glad to hear that. But rest assured, it's my job to teach temporary staff how we do our work, and I'm only doing what I do every day, Miss Townsend. But thank you for the kind sentiment.
Are we together during our shift tomorrow?
Oh, no, Miss Townsend. We're full-time employees, so we don't work during our shifts, you see. But if you mean, would we see each other at work tomorrow during the day, I suppose we will.
Oh, this is unfortunate. I have my work during the evening. Such a shame. I was so looking forward to speaking to you tomorrow. Too bad. Stella Townsend's sad.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities, Miss Townsend.
I hope our lunch breaks coincide at least.
So do I. It depends on how busy we are during the day, and they can't let everyone off at once. It all comes down to timing, I suppose.
Oh, and I have something important to discuss with you too.
Oh? Is something the matter? Did you want a specific time for a shift?
No, not at all. This is about something far more important than that load of nonsense.
What? What's the matter, Miss Townsend? Are you all right?
That's exactly it. I might not be all right. That's why I wanted to speak to you tomorrow at work.
Is that so? I mean, if you're okay with it, we can talk about it here in DMs right now.
You have an older brother, don't you, dear?
What? I mean, I do have an older brother, but where did you find out about that?
Some other part-timer mentioned it, you see. I see your family lives quite the decent living, I have to say.
Oh, that's not true at all, Miss Townsend. We're only an ordinary family living ordinary lives, and even I moved out of my parents' home after I married my husband.
But I hear your brother is a medical practitioner. Is that true?
Wow, you really did your research, didn't you? You only joined last month, but you seem to have more information than most other employees already.
I make it my business to quickly accumulate lots of information that matters.
Is that so?
And? Is it true that your brother's a medical practitioner?
Yes, it is. More specifically, he started his practice only last month, so he still has a way to go to grow and flourish. My family's apparently going all out to help him, so much so that they'll even be busy during New Year's.
I see. How old is he?
Well, let's see. He's 5 years older than me, so that would make him 37 years old.
Is he really? Such an amazing feat at so young an age!
He took his time, and he prepared well for what he's become now, and he's a very kind and respectable brother to have, Miss Townsend.
Oh, how nice! You must be so proud of him, Meredith, dear.
I am. I truly am.
I also hear he isn't married yet. Is this also true?
No, he isn't yet.
I do think that he and I could make it work, considering we aren't so far apart in age. What do you think?
Excuse me?
I'd like to get to know him, you see. Think we can get some proper introductions?
Introductions to do what, Miss Townsend?
Why, introductions to each other, Meredith, dear. Like I said, I'd like to get to know him. When would be a good time for him? I'm basically free every day, so I'll just make my schedule according to what your brother prefers.
I'm sorry, I must say I'm having trouble understanding this. Could you please slow down and start at the beginning?
I do think that the stress of being a busy medical practitioner can take a toll on someone.
I suppose so. But how does that have anything to do with you, Miss Townsend?
I think I'm just the right woman to help people feel relaxed and healed. Wouldn't you agree?
Huh?
In terms of looks, in personality, I've been told by multiple people that I'm a bit of a goofball. I believe that for a serious intellectual, like a doctor in practice, a woman like me, a little bit silly but also very caring and attractive, is what's best for a partner.
I'm sorry, Miss Townsend, but I must refrain from talking about personal matters.
What do you mean? This will only be between us, Meredith, dear. You can at least introduce us now, can't you? Or would you rather not because you're having a brotherly complex?
Excuse me?
You know, like you don't want anyone to steal your brother away from you. That is what you have, isn't it? Oh, you're so cute, Miss Meredith. Oh.
It's not that I have that, not at all. It's just that a brother's a brother, you see. And it really hasn't been very long since I first met you, Miss Townsend. And I can't do a responsible thing like introducing you to my brother without knowing much about you. You understand.
My. You're a stubborn lass. You sure have some old-fashioned thinking inside that young head of yours. It's worth noting that people really can't determine my real age because they tell me I look so young. Even for my clothes, I do research, and I sift through lots of magazines for younger people nowadays. And I must say, it's worked wonders.
I do admit you have the most exquisite sense of casual fashion.
I know, right? I say I'm the perfect woman for your brother, so I ask again. Could you please introduce me to him?
Sadly, I must inform you that it's been decided that he will marry someone through matchmaking.
What? What's with the old school here? I must say that true love will never result from a matchmaking marriage. You of all people must know that, right?
He's been pretty busy for such a long time, enough so that he never really had the proper time to meet anyone. We believe matchmaking will help him well in his situation.
And how old is this woman?
If I remember correctly, she's in her late 20s. I think she just came out of a medical graduate school with pretty good academic record.
And what would such a young woman know about anything? A woman acquires more and more taste the older she gets, you know.
Aren't you 42 in reality, Miss Townsend?
Just by looking at me, you'd assume I was 24, right? That's what lots of people tell me. I may look young on the outside, but on the inside, I am a fully grown woman with a lot of experience in life already. I really think that it's better for him if you introduce me to him instead of wasting him on matchmaking. I highly recommend myself.
But even so, they've already had a look at each other's personal statements and they seem to approve of each other. So I must say changing this last second will be difficult.
A personal statement? What's that?
It's like a self-introduction paper, often used in matchmaking.
But that's a resume. I'll bring my own tomorrow, so could you please give it to him? For your sake too, Meredith, dear. It's best if you start establishing good relations with your future sister now, isn't it?
I'm sorry? No, it's not a resume in the slightest. And forgive me for being so straightforward here, but I don't believe you'll ever become my sister.
Eh? Now that's what I call a rude outburst, right there. You're just scared that I'm going to rip your brother from you. Put yourself in his shoes. There is no way he's going to choose a woman whose only asset is that she's young.
I think he will, Miss Townsend. He was really into her when he read her personal statement. And also, not only is she indeed young, but she's also a colleague, fellow student from his days in medical school. She studied the same area in the same domain as he did, and he's quite interested in establishing a nice intellectual relationship, as well as a romantic one.
Is that so? But surely he's not going to go through with the marriage.
I think he will, honestly. I do think they're right for each other myself.
There's absolutely no way. If your brother chooses such a woman over someone like me, I have to say that is a real turn-off.
Excuse me? What do you mean by that?
She's 10 whole years younger than him, you know? No amount of study should keep a person from thinking rationally about this. Let's just take a moment here. She is far too young for him. He may not be very experienced with women, but it's worth telling him that there are so many more fish in the sea, right? Fish like me.
Could you, stop this right now?
Huh? What did I do? Oh, I see. You're just jealous of me, aren't you? You just can't stand the truth that you can never become the wife of a medical practitioner, one of the most respected and highest paying jobs there is, can you?
I'm starting to get a little tired. I think we should call it a day here, Townsend.
Huh?
I'm telling you to stop this nonsense right now. Could you not come into my social media to talk about personal matters? It's never my business to discuss such matters with mere colleagues at work. If you have anything more to discuss, please contact headquarters.
What's with that language? Told your future sister, no less.
You'll never be my sister, Townsend. You're annoying me. You do realize I'm your boss at the moment, right? I don't believe this is appropriate behavior, do you?
I do understand you're my boss, Meredith dear, but you are so much younger than me.
And what the hell is wrong with that? And the way you call me dear all the time? I've had it. I'm putting an end to this. You probably wanted to get my contact information because you wanted a way to get to my brother. But in my eyes, it will always be a big no from me. Should you ever for my blessing to even meet him, I'm not going to introduce you to him, Townsend.
But why?
First of all, I must advise you to stop dressing like a teenager when in fact you're 42 years old. If you're gonna buy a bunch of cheap young folk clothes, I suggest you get those white hairs of yours properly dyed at a nice salon. Wouldn't you agree?
How rude! I'm telling you that I am beautiful just the way I am.
I do think that depends on the person, Townsend. In any case, I must warn you that if you don't make some changes to your behavior in the workplace, you will face the consequences. You can start by using polite language towards your superiors. At this rate, I don't believe your contract with your displacement agency will be renewed or extended. And a non-married woman without a job in her 40s is not exactly anyone's vision of a nice life now, is it? Good luck to you, Townsend. Miss Townsend showed up at work the next day to complain about Meredith's attitude in DMs the day before. But Meredith dealt with her in cold strictness, and perhaps that made Townsend's blood boil because she started shouting loudly and caused a great calamity inside the call center. Her dispatch employee contract with the company was terminated right there and then. Miss Meredith, along with a few other superiors, filed a complaint to the agency who dispatched Townsend to their enterprise and asked for proper punishment. As a result, her resignation status with the agency was deleted. And lo and behold, she really did become a jobless woman without a husband. She'd registered in other dispatch agencies since then, but all of them were denied a renewal. Seems like her situation with work will only get more difficult as time goes by, unless she makes some changes. Hey, Kelly, do you have a second?
What? I'm busy right now. I'm watching anime. Is there a problem?
You're always watching anime or playing games or something. It's something important. Can you please listen to me?
So what? You're seriously such a drag.
It's about your manners while we eat. Marcus copies you. I really wish you'd change a little bit.
Huh? What talking about?
Marcus is 3 years old right now. It's important that he eats a lot to get his nutrients. That's why I want to teach him the correct way to eat, with the right manners and such.
I see. Good luck. I think it's all in vain, though.
What do you mean?
That's just your ego talking as a parent. Just because you teach him how to eat with manners now, who knows what kind of behavior he'll have in the future.
Okay, that may be so, but I'd still rather him at least have a foundation he can work off for now.
So what is it? Something important you wanted to talk about? I don't think that has anything to do with me. If you want to teach him yourself. Just because I live with you doesn't mean I have to do anything with Marcus.
I want you to help me out. I want you to help me out, Kelly.
What? Help you out? It's your own damn child. Raise it your damn self. Trying to ask other people for help? You're way too spoiled, I think.
That's not what I mean. I just don't want you to do the things that we are actively telling him not to do.
What the hell? Why do I have to be careful in my own home? I shouldn't have to hold back on my own actions.
I understand how you feel, but Marcus stops eating dinner when he eats his snacks past 3 p.m. I make sure that he only has one snack a day. And you're eating his snacks, aren't you, Kelly? Every time I go buy things for him, you eat them all up before he ever got a chance to get at them. He's pretty upset about that. You always eat right before dinner, too. He was crying the other day because he thought it was unfair that you were the only one that was able to eat before dinner and ate all the snacks.
So what? What's wrong with eating what's available to me at my own parents' house? I'm a grown adult. I get to eat what I want to eat when I want to. Just teach him that he can eat what he wants when he wants once he's older.
I don't think that's the problem. We don't eat any, and Mom and them don't either.
It's totally up to me if I want to eat or not.
Even while we eat, you said that he eats too slow. So you started stealing and taking things off his plate that he likes. I really wish you'd stop that. He is literally 3 years old. He can't eat at the same speed as an adult. I feel bad for him.
It's his fault for not touching it at all. I thought maybe he didn't like it, so he left it. He should have just said something on the spot.
You should understand that. Arguing in front of your own child is not good. And didn't my husband tell you something?
Yeah, he might have said something. I wasn't listening though. But how does that have to do with me? I was just a little confused. I have no reason that I should be listening to you complain. It's literally my own home. I should be able to do what I want. And if you don't like it, just leave. And take your stupid kid with you.
Huh? That's really taking it too far.
I lived in my house for the longest time. Suddenly, some random person showed up out of nowhere. That's how I feel. Invaded. Do you understand?
I mean, that's true, but we've already been living together for over a year. Sometimes my husband talks to you, but you never seem to change your behavior. So I decided I would talk to you myself. This isn't good for Marcus either. I don't like seeing Marcus being that upset. It's literally every day that he seems angry.
It's not every day. Besides, my mom also said that when you're not around because of work, I'm looking after your little brat. You don't feel like you owe me at all? You should probably start to think about all the implications.
I know that Mom looks after him, but she was the one that wanted us to live with her to begin with. If you think that's the case, maybe you should start taking care of the house too? Right now, it's just Mom and I doing everything.
What? Why the hell should I help? The married and wife should do that normally. You shouldn't be putting so much pressure on my mom. You need to work harder. You use work as an excuse. You shouldn't be skimping on the chores around the house. And you better work harder to not cause any problems. You don't even cook well enough. I'm sure that's part of the reason that Marcus doesn't eat faster. You're really just this useless wife. And I I think everyone talks about you when they mention married and wife problems. You really do come off as a useless mother.
You're really going to go that far? You're right, probably. To you, Kelly, you don't even have any job to use as an excuse.
Huh?
You're past 30 with no job. You literally just stay at home watching games or watch anime. Before we started living together with you, Mom was taking care of all the chores all on her own, even taking care of Dad. Apparently you never helped out around that part too, right?
Who wants to be taken care of by their own daughter? That's why I just left it alone. If he wanted me to help him out, I would have. No matter the case, though, it has nothing to do with you. It's family talk and family business.
Actually, I started living with you guys to help me take care of your father. So it has something to do with me. Even after Dad passed away, I ended up going back to work, but that's besides the point.
It's so annoying having to live with someone who's such a drag.
You know, I really agree with you. That's why I was talking to your mother.
About what?
We're going to be selling your house.
House? Sell? What?
The house that we're all currently living in together? We're going to be selling it.
What do you mean? You're going to move? It's just going to be you guys leaving, right?
That's not what I mean. We're going to be selling the house entirely. So you'll have to find a new place to live too.
What? I don't understand. What about Mom? What about your stupid little family?
We're all going to be moving together. We're going to be buying a house and everything.
What are you talking about? It's Mom's house. You can't do that. We take such great care of Marcus. Are you going to abandon Mom still? You're seriously the worst person.
I'm not going to abandon her. I told you, we're all going to move. Everyone except you.
Huh? Mom too?
Yeah. The old house is getting too old anyway. Mom is getting a little too old too.
When did you decide on that?
After Dad passed away, we had a bunch of savings and insurance money. So she said she would help us out for the new house. I'm actually really being helped by Mom, so we're all planning on moving together.
What about me?
Yeah, about that. If I talked to you and you even showed a sliver of remorse, we were considering maybe moving with you. But even when my husband talks to you, and even when I talk to you, it seems like it never works, which means that we don't need to do anything. We have no obligation to help you out.
What the hell do you mean?
Mom is also saying that she's at her limit. She doesn't like seeing her daughter bullying her grandchild. She says it makes her wince every time she sees it. Even when we weren't around, you were bullying Marcus, right? Mom would tell you to stop several times, but you just never stopped until Marcus cried. We're also going to give up on you. You're a lost cause to us.
A lost cause? You can't just abandon me.
Can you leave the house by the end of the month?
Huh?
We have to get everything ready. I would really appreciate it if you started even a day earlier.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. I don't mind lending you the initial fees that you need, but make sure that you work and give it back.
What do you mean initial fees?
The initial fees you need to rent a home?
You need to pay money for renting a home other than the monthly rent?
Of course you do. You've lived at home for 33 years. I guess you'll struggle a bit from now on, but make sure you keep at it.
Wait, hang on a second. You can't do this to me. I've never worked at all. I can't just go outside and work like that out of the blue.
Then use your amazingly lovely computer to find a way to make money using that. You can just Google anything anyway. Whatever, we're done with you. We are no longer going to take care of it.
What time will you be home? I want to talk about what's going to happen from now on.
There's nothing to talk about anymore. We've all taken PTO and we're taking a long break. Mom is with us and we're all taking a break on a cruise.
What? What about me.
Why don't you just eat the snacks that we left at home? No one is going to buy you anything from now on, so you'll have to buy your own food. First, you should probably lose a little weight so that you can find a part-time job and maybe try to find a uniform that you'll fit in. Alright, so that's that. You have until the end of this week to leave the house. Kelly's mother ended up helping Kelly to cover the initial fees to move into a new house for her. I'm sure Kelly thought that if she was cornered, her mom or brother would help her out, or so she thought. But because this jobless 30-something-year-old was mean to Marcus, no one wanted to be kind to her anymore. Afterwards, she lived in a cheap, terrible apartment and started working at a convenience store nearby. Apparently, she's lost almost 20 pounds from work. Because she stopped eating all the snacks when she was over 200 pounds, maybe this was perfect for her considering she needed to lose weight.
Hey, Christine, how have you been?
Huh? Sarah? What are you messaging me for? We don't have anything to talk about anymore.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. We're best friends, right?
Yeah, ex-best friends. I don't consider you to be the slightest acquaintance anymore. Did something happen?
Don't be so cold. Are you still upset? It's been over a month. Why don't you forgive me already?
I'm not mad anymore, but I'm definitely not at the point where I can forgive you. To be honest with you, I don't even really want anything to do with you. I feel like having anything to do with you is just bad news anyway.
It's been over a month. Can't you just get over it already? We've been best friends for like 10 years. That tiny little thing won't be the reason our friendship ends, is it?
It's not a tiny little thing to me. The fact that you cucked me and slept with my husband is not small.
Cucked you? Oh my god. You're being a little dramatic, don't you think?
How else are you supposed to explain what happened?
Well, I just thought that he was attractive, you know? It couldn't be helped. I always felt jealous of you since you two were dating. I just couldn't give up after you married him. You could have just let me have him since I was your best friend.
I didn't know that you liked him at all. And before I knew it, he was dating you. He was asking me to break up with him out of the blue. Have you thought about how I felt?
You're being such a drag. But who cares? Your best friend is finally gonna get married. You should be rooting and cheering for my happiness.
Married?
Oh yeah! Did I not say? I was actually messaging you to let you know. We're gonna get married!
It's only been like a month, though.
Well, we've actually been going out for over 2 months. Besides, I've known your husband for almost 3 years now. You should be alright with it, right?
I see.
Yeah, we're going to have our wedding right away, too. I was really hoping that you would give a speech on behalf of my friends. Is that okay?
The nerve you have to ask me to do your speech at my ex's wedding.
Who cares? Come on. You're the one that got along with me the best. I would have never met him if it weren't for you either.
That's a huge no from me. I can't believe the audacity. You stole my husband from me. How could you say such a thing? I'm actually impressed by you.
Thanks!
I'm being sarcastic.
We actually put our marriage papers in the other day.
Really?
I figured I would tell you first. Both Malcolm and I talk about how you're such a great person. So, you be sure to find your happiness too.
Shut the hell up.
What? Do you still want your ex back? Is that why you're that mad?
I'm not mad, and I have no regrets either.
You're totally lying. You've lost that great-looking rich husband to your best friend.
Huh? Rich?
But
It just means that I was the more attractive one. Sorry to break it to you. But I'm probably more attractive as a woman, and he wanted to make me his wife.
What the hell are you talking about, Rich? Is that what Malcolm said?
No, you should really understand that without asking. Besides, he even said it at your wedding. He's an employee at that big-time elite company.
Yeah, that's true, but that was back then.
What do you mean that was then? He's an elite worker, so he's definitely rich. We're about to move into a new home.
Where do you live now? Your house, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna move after this month. We're gonna start a family in a nice house.
Really? Well, congrats. Wish you nothing but the best.
You must be super jealous. You used to live in a dinky little apartment when he was married to you. Malcolm got married to me quick and is even building us a home. He says that he wants a home for when we have kids in the future.
I see. You're talking about moving into a house. He's literally going to move with you into his parents' house.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You're just gonna go live with his parents. He has no money left, so he wants to live with his parents, right?
I mean, that's true, but a nice house is a nice house.
You don't think that's weird at all?
What are you talking about?
He's saying that he's an elite worker. Why would he be moving back to his parents' house?
I don't really know the details that much, but I'm sure Malcolm has his reasons. He probably wants me to be happy, you know? I think he wants me to be happy in a nice house.
I really don't understand. You realize that he's moved from his old company over a year ago, right?
Huh? Seriously?
Yeah, seriously. He said that he was going to start his own business and started taking out loans.
Loans?
He was tricked and scammed by his friends in the end. He couldn't even start his business. Now he just works as a part-time temp, right?
What the hell is that? I didn't hear about that.
I'm not even surprised. Why would you try to marry him when you don't even really know him?
You were married to him, though. You seem to be having a great time. You always seem pretty well off.
That was because of Malcolm, right? I was paying for literally everything when we were together. And then he cheated on me with my own best friend. Talk about an asshole.
Wait, you were paying for everything?
I'm just curious, but you didn't tell him that your parents run business, right?
I did tell him. Why?
Ah, that makes sense. That's why he left me and went for you. I was getting really tired of supporting him at all. I was actually considering getting a divorce. He must have known.
You wanted to divorce him? You were completely shocked, though, when you found out about Malcolm and I.
Yeah, because I thought you were my best friend, but you betrayed me. But thanks to that, I was able to sue him for damages and it all ended up well. I think he's ignoring my lawyer reaching out to him, but I've already sent the content certified mail to your house too. You better pay up.
Damages? I was just going to ignore all of that. You even reached out to my parents' house? That's literally the worst thing you could do. Please don't do that. I've already been chased off by my parents' house for several years now. If they find out about this, they would freak.
I see. I didn't know. Malcolm is drowning in debt and doesn't have the money to be able to pay rent. So he probably just wants to go home so that he doesn't have to pay rent. I think he's planning on living off of your money too.
I can't do that. I don't have any money.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to sue both of you. You both will pay up. You did this to yourselves. You better take responsibility for your actions.
I'm sorry. It was all my bad. I'll give you Malcolm back. I didn't even know that he had loans. Even if he wants to sue me, I don't have any money. I'm going to quit my job next month. I can't pay anything.
I don't want him back. I've already divorced him. You already put in your marriage papers, right?
Yeah, we put in our papers today, but he's off at work right now.
Are you sure he's at work? He might even be at the slot machines.
I just called him and he said he was at work. But I definitely heard slot machines in the background.
I literally told you. But as soon as you tell him that your parents won't be willing to help you out, he might just let you go scot-free. I'm sure he was just after your money anyway.
That's so mean! I thought I was finally able to be a stay-at-home wife and live an elegant lifestyle like you!
Elegant lifestyle? I have been working my ass off. I don't have an elegant lifestyle.
I thought that you were living in an elegant lifestyle with the rich husband. I just wanted to be like you. This is so wrong.
So, in other words, you stole your friend's husband because you had some kind of delusion? That's just karma coming back to you.
I mean, that may be true, but please, Christine, I'm sorry. Save me. Please don't sue me or send things to my parents. I owe my parents a lot of money. If they find out about this, they'll seriously kill me.
That has nothing to do with me, does it? I really don't care.
Don't be like that. We used to be best friends.
Yeah, we used to be. Now we're even further apart than strangers. If you're suffering, I'll only think that it's your fault. You better rethink your actions and pay for all the damages I'm going to sue you for. By the way, Malcolm said that you'll pay for his part of the damages once you two are married.
What? I'm supposed to pay for Malcolm's half too?
I really don't care where the money comes from.
Please, Christine. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me.
It's too late for that now. I don't plan on letting either of you go with anything. So, I hope you're ready to pay up. They hadn't paid 2 weeks after they were charged for damages, so Christine started talking to a lawyer and formally filing for damages. Sarah's parents did feel like it was a little too much work to go to court, so they paid for Sarah, but they completely cut ties with her after that. As soon as Malcolm found out about that, he made Sarah go out and work for him, while also making her take out loans for him. She ended up having to pay for his damages because Malcolm failed at his startup. He seemed to have failed at everything else, too. Sarah had nowhere to go, so she ended up staying at Malcolm's house and is having to work as a lady of the night.
I heard that you haven't been taking care of the house at all. You should either take care of the household chores or go find yourself a job. As Harold's wife, you should do what is expected of you. If you don't, my son is going to leave you and you're going to have to move out of the house. Did you come over to our place again without telling me? I've asked you over and over again not to come to our house unannounced. I would appreciate it if you let me know beforehand. Melanie, why do you have to be so bossy all the time? The house belongs to Harold, and as his mother, don't you think that I have the right to come over as I please? I think that the house belongs to the both of us. Harold and I are married. Please don't treat me like I'm Harold's accessory. Harold and I are equals. I just don't understand why you're so hostile towards me. I know what you're thinking. You're only after Harold's money and assets. As his mother, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you. I don't know why you're so paranoid. I'm not after Harold's money. You've got it all wrong. And I'm sorry to say this, but Harold doesn't have much money or assets.
What do you mean by that? If Harold really doesn't have much money, it's because you spent it all. You're exploiting him.
I don't understand where you're coming from. Why are you messaging me anyway? What do you need? I'm still working, so if you don't need anything specific, I'm going to go now.
Harold told me that you don't do any of the household chores, which is why I've been coming over to the house when I can. I've been making him dinner. I prepared many things today so that it will last a while, and so that Harold doesn't have to worry about making his own dinner. I made the meals for Harold, so please don't eat them yourself.
You really didn't have to go through all that trouble, but thank you anyway. Harold has a lot of time on his hands, so I'm sure that he has more than enough time to help out around the house and cook meals himself.
How could you say such a thing? Harold works until midnight every day. You don't seem to understand that he works really hard. I feel sorry for him. He works hard and then his wife spends all his hard-earned money. What you're doing to him is truly unforgivable.
I think this is all a big misunderstanding. I'm not using any of Harold's money. It's the other way around. We're both living off of my earnings. I think it's about time you saw the truth about your son. He's not as perfect as you think. You should sit down and talk with him.
Harold told me not to take your words seriously.
Did he really say that to you?
He did, and I believe what he tells me. I'm not going to allow you to continue to live off Harold's hard-earned money. He deserves better than this. How about you try to be a better wife to him?
I'd like to say the same thing to him. Harold hasn't been a very good husband to me.
Harold works until midnight every day. What more do you want from him? Don't you care about his health and well-being? You should treat him with a little more respect.
Okay, fine.
If you agree with what I'm saying, you need to start behaving the way that I want you to as well.
I realize that this is just a waste of time to keep on talking to you like this.
A waste of time?
I'm busy with work now, so please stop messaging me. Bye. Oh, and please let me know in advance the next time you plan to come over to our house. Why didn't you come home last night? Were you working through the night?
That's right. I just got off work, so I'll come home in a bit.
I know that you let your mother come over to our house again. I asked you to tell me when she comes over. Why did you try to hide it from me?
I wasn't hiding anything. Besides, why do I have to let you know every time my mother comes over? She's my mother, not some stranger.
Even if it's your mother, I'd like to know in advance. I don't like people showing up at our house unannounced.
Well, it's my house too. I don't always have to follow your rules. It's my mother. You have nothing to worry about. Why do you care so much?
I don't get along with your mother well. I'd rather she not show up at our house. Let me know the next time you plan on having her over.
Okay, whatever. By the way, I need some money. Will you give me some, please?
Why? What happened to the salary that you earned?
It's not payday just yet. I have a couple more days to go. I need some money before then, so please.
You'd better not go gambling again with my hard-earned money.
I won't, I promise. You got nothing to worry about.
I think that I have every reason to be worried. I won't forgive you if I find out later that you used my money on gambling.
I need $1,000.
I am not going to give you such a large amount of money. I'd like to make some time to sit down with your mother and talk, the three of us. I can't continue to go on like this.
I need to go. Later. Just leave the money that I asked you for at home. I really need the money.
Are you even listening to me?
I felt so bad for Harold, so I did the best thing that I could for him as his mother. Please don't try to control him anymore. What? I realized after going to your house a couple of times, Harold needs me more than he needs you.
I don't understand where this is coming from. What are you talking about?
I want you to pack up your things and move out of the house. I can't have you living off Harold anymore like some parasite.
You're not making any sense to me right now. Tell me what's going on. I need you to explain it to me.
You guys are divorced now. What the hell?
Why am I hearing about this from you and not Harold?
I found the divorce papers at your house, so I took the liberty of filing them for you. It's what you wanted, right? Seeing that you had the divorce papers filled out and ready.
Does this mean that you went into our bedroom and went through our stuff? How could you? You're right. I did have the divorce papers ready. I knew that things with Harold and I weren't going well, and I wanted the option of ending our marriage if it ended up being the case.
Well, I filed them for you, so there's no need for you to worry about that anymore. You and Harold are back to being strangers now. That's why I'm asking you to pack up your things and move out.
I cannot believe that you filed the divorce papers without asking our permission. What you did is ludicrous. I didn't expect you to take things this far.
Well, I couldn't bear to see Harold so unhappy in his marriage anymore. You should be grateful that Harold put up with you for so long and let you stay in his beautiful home. It's now time for you to leave.
I don't understand why you're so self-righteous. Are you sure that you made the right choice here? Harold is going to be the one to suffer if I leave him. I'll be just fine on my own. You're going to regret the fact that you filed those papers.
I'm not going to regret anything. It was the best thing for Harold. Don't you know how much Harold makes in a month? His monthly salary is $10,000.
Are you sure about that?
I'm the one preparing all of his meals right now, and if you stop taking his money, his entire salary will be mine. That's why we're both happy to see you go. I don't know why Harold married you in the first place. You didn't do anything for him, and all you do is spend his money. Now hurry up and leave our house. I want you out of here ASAP.
Okay, fine. I'll move out as you wish. Good luck to the two of you then.
We don't need any luck. We'll both be very happy without you.
I was surprised to know that you filed the divorce papers without consulting us first. But I'm looking forward to your reaction when you find out the truth about my marriage to Harold.
What do you mean by that?
Let me just say this. I'm thrilled to be moving out. Thank you for filing the divorce papers.
It was my pleasure. Now, please leave. Harold and I are both so excited to start a new life without you.
Well, good for you. It was nice knowing the both of you. Goodbye.
Melanie, may I have a word with you? There's something that I want to check with you.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say to you. Bye.
Wait a second. There's no need for you to be so rude to me. It's about the rent.
What about the rent? The lease agreement has been changed over to your name now, so there's really no need for you to involve me.
Yes. When did you change the name of the lease over to me? You could have told me about that. Why was the lease in your name in the first place? Shouldn't have been in Harold's. And why change it over to my name and not Harold's? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, Harold works part-time at a convenience store. He's not qualified to put his name on the lease agreement.
What? I didn't know that Harold worked at a convenience store. What do you mean by part-time?
You said that you wanted to talk to me about the rent. Are you going to tell me that you can't afford to pay the rent or something?
Yes, that's right. How did you know? Do you know why there's no money in Harold's bank account? It just doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it makes perfect sense to me. Harold doesn't have any real money, which is why he doesn't have any savings. But but it's not something to get all nervous about. I think you misheard Harold's salary. You seem to think that he makes 10 grand a month when it's actually $1,000 a month.
What do you mean?
Harold works part-time at a convenience store, and the maximum he makes a month is $1,000. Sometimes less than that. What made you think that he made 10 times that amount?
I bet you're lying to me. Harold's salary can't be that low. Otherwise, how would he be able to afford this house? Besides, I've seen his payslip before. I don't think that I have the wrong number.
Oh, so you looked at the payslips then. I get it now. The payslips were mine, not Harold's. You just assumed that they belonged to Harold. Well, you were wrong.
Those payslips were yours?
Yes, that's right. I was the breadwinner. I work in the sales department of a global firm, so my pay is very high. That's why we were able to afford the house that you're now living in. The rent is around $2,000, which is twice what Harold earns in a month. I knew that Harold wouldn't be able to pay the rent once I moved out, which is why I put your name on the lease agreement. Don't tell me that you quit your job.
This is all new to me. I didn't know that you were the one making all the money. I can't believe this. How are Harold and I going to pay for our living expenses then? There's no way that the two of us can live off the $1,000 that Harold brings in each month. I thought he made 10 times that amount, which is why I quit my job. And I just finished selling my house.
Did the proceeds from selling the house get wired to Harold's bank account by any chance?
Yes. Is that a problem? I'm not good with money, so I had Harold take care of it all. He was more than happy to.
Well, I bet he's gambled all that money already.
What?
I have a stable job, and I have no money troubles like Harold. I didn't need him in my life to live happily. Harold used to have a good job, but then he embezzled some money and got caught. He was penniless after he paid the company compensation for the damages caused. He was also fired from his job, naturally. After that, he started gambling and borrowed money to go to casinos. Now, he has a lot of debt. When we were still married, I helped him out with his money troubles, but now that we're strangers, none of this is my concern.
Why am I only hearing about this now? When did Harold start gambling, and why didn't you tell me?
Well, he recently started working at that convenience store, and I thought that he was trying to better himself, but he's been going to casinos in the mornings when he isn't at work. Basically, he's using all his money on gambling. He hasn't changed his old habits.
Casinos?
You were so proud of Harold for working so late at night. But it's just at a convenience store and he isn't making the kind of money that you wish for. Harold isn't working long hours. He's simply in charge of the night shifts at the convenience store. I work much harder than he does and I get paid well too. I'm sure that there are college students out there that are making more money than Harold. I wish you the best of luck with everything.
It seems that I had it all wrong.
That's what I've been trying to tell you all this time, but you wouldn't listen to me.
I'm sorry that I didn't take you seriously before. I'll pay more attention to you now. So would you please forgive us and come home? I realize how much you've been doing for Harold and I. It would mean a lot to me if you moved back in with us. And I'd really appreciate it if you could help pay the rent of this house.
Why in the world would I do that after the way you treated me? No way! It is too late to try to be nice to me. I know that it's just an act and that you're only after my money. I already moved into a fabulous new place and I am very happy living on my own. I can't believe that I used to live with Harold. Life on my own is so much more comfortable and enjoyable. I should have divorced him sooner instead of waiting for you to file those papers. I'm very grateful to you for filing those papers though, so thank you for taking care of it.
You don't need to thank me for that. It'd make me much happier if you got back together with Harold. You used to be married to him. Don't you worry that he doesn't have enough money to live off of? I don't know what to do. How am I supposed to pay for everything? You need to help us. Melanie, please.
Well, like you said, we're strangers now, so I don't think that I can do anything for you. You told me that I was a parasite and that I should move out. I took your advice and moved out. Shouldn't you be satisfied with that?
Asking you to move out was a mistake. I take it back. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me and move back home.
I'm sorry, but it's just too late. There's not anything you can say to change my mind. Please figure things out with Harold. I'll stay out of your life like you wanted me to. Goodbye now. Harold is a new parasite in your life. Enjoy! After her conversation with Melanie, Helen confirmed with Harold that Melanie was telling the truth. And as Melanie had predicted, Harold had already spent the proceeds from selling Helen's house on gambling. The money was gone. So Helen no longer had the money to buy back her old house even if she wanted to. For obvious reasons, Helen and Harold were not able to afford the rent of their current home and had no choice but to move out. They even had to pay a penalty fee to the landlord because they were late in paying the rent. Helen and Harold ended up on the streets, and although Helen had hoped to live a happy life using Harold's money, she ended up living a life of despair. It doesn't seem like it would be easy for either of them to get stable jobs.
Hey, Catherine! Did you finish up those documents that I asked about? Wait, you didn't already go home, did you? I thought you went to the bathroom, but did you already head home?
Oh, sorry. I had something I needed to take home, so I headed home.
What? What about the documents? I need that right away. I need to send it first thing in the morning to our clients. I was waiting on double checking it, so I was waiting all day today. You wouldn't say that you were already done with it or anything. You didn't submit it at all. Then you didn't say a word and went home? That's going too far, don't you think?
What? You're scaring me, lady. You're being too desperate. Don't bully me. Gosh. Did my best too, you know. The file just disappeared.
Out of the blue?
That's why I couldn't do anything.
Well, then why didn't you just tell me about it? You just sent me a memo, anything? You shouldn't just quietly go home. That definitely goes against all common sense.
I'm still a fresh worker. I don't understand or know about common workplace courtesy, including things like that. Please, continue to educate me.
No, that's not what I'm talking about right now. I need those documents literally right now. You finished them at least a little bit, right? I'll take over it from here. I'm gonna use your computer real quick. I've told you about documents you're working on too. You should always take backups and put them in the shared drive. You haven't shared it, have you?
It's pretty much untouched though. There's seriously no point in me sharing something that's incomplete. I told you, it just disappeared. Please stop bullying me like this.
Bullying?
You're just jealous because I'm young and cute, right? You always get mad at me and me only. The wrinkles between your eyes are terrifying.
I'm literally your mentor. You don't listen to me at all. That's why I scold you, but I'm not bullying you. I'm sorry that you took it that way, though.
It's okay. I'll forgive you because you can't be helped.
But please, make sure you finish your documents on time. This was supposed to be done 2 days ago.
I'm not good at things like deadlines. I always forget about them, you know? It's not like I'm trying to make life harder for you.
Please don't forget.
Yes, ma'am. Alright, I have a date now, so you enjoy working on those documents. I would have done it if you were okay with them being done tomorrow, but I had a date today. So I had to go home early today. And you don't seem like you don't have any dates, ever. So you should be fine working late, right?
All right, see you later.
Ugh, you're so rude. I knew I was right about you and not having dates. Have a great time at work?
I remade the documents.
Oh, great job! You really didn't have to text me and let me know. You must have a lot of spare time on your hands. As a woman like yourself, I definitely don't want to be like you.
I see.
I'm definitely gonna get married before I'm 30. Being your age and not being married, ugh, it's so embarrassing. Oh, but your work is your lover, right? Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Hey, your workplace computer. You use it for personal things, don't you?
Huh? What do you mean personal?
You look things up that aren't related to work at all, right?
I mean, I need to take a breather sometimes too. I can't stare at a computer for 8 hours and just keep working. I'm just gonna collapse.
Just because you can't look at your phone while you're working, you use your company PC to check your social media, and you even browse Amazon sometimes. I'm sure you don't have any time to be making any documents.
Ah, you busted me, huh? I'm so sorry. I'll be sure to hide things a little better next time. So sorry. But I'm sure that everyone around the office is also doing stuff like that, right?
Actually, people occasionally check up on your history. So, no, most people in the office don't do that.
Huh? They check you for that? Ugh, that's so embarrassing.
Also, the in-house company email. You're using it without permission, aren't you?
Huh? They check the company mail too? You didn't look without my permission, did you?
I didn't have any intention on checking it all, but when I turned the computer on, I saw that you had received mail. That boyfriend you were talking about. That was the manager, huh?
What? Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. You can't be looking at stuff like that without asking me about it first.
You even posted photos on social media, didn't you?
Miss Lauren, you little devil. You can't be looking at all without asking me. That's rude. Ugh, whatever. Just keep it between us, okay? It's embarrassing.
I don't think it's only embarrassing, it's beyond that. He's a married man, you know that, right?
I know that. But the fact that he's married and the fact that we're in love are two different things.
I'm not sure that those are unrelated.
Just because the manager really likes me, you don't have to be so jealous of me. I told him today, too, that you were bullying me and me only today. He said he was considering removing you from the new project entirely, just like before.
What? So, I was removed from the previous project out of the blue before because...
Yeah, exactly. It was because of me. I complained to him. I was crying because you had bullied me. And right now, I'm pretty powerful. More powerful than you. So you probably shouldn't be coming at me like that.
It's pretty terrible of you as a human to be having an affair. But it's also terrible that you would use your position of power like that too.
It's not like you can do anything about it. You should just sit down and listen like a good dog. I want you to do all of my work, starting today, right at this moment. You understand?
All of the photos you posted on social media. You haven't hid any of the faces, including his. You're sure he's okay with all of that?
Oh, it's a private account, so it's not a problem. It was logged in on my computer because, well, I was using it. And you just so happened to stumble into it. Normally people can't see any of it, so it's fine.
I see. I'm glad I printed them out and made copies of them.
Huh? Printed? Why did you print them? You're into that kind of thing?
The photos of you two mingling with each other? I wanted to save it as proof for later. I also saved copies of the email between you two in the house chat. I printed them. I also forwarded them all to the executive manager too, with all the photos of you two.
What? What are you talking about? Why would you do such a thing? You have some sort of hate for me.
It's not like I have a hatred for you or anything, but you have an affair in the company. And then you use that affair as leverage to not work. I think you deserve to be punished for your actions. The posts and the photos, I'll send them to his wife too.
His wife? Why would you do that? Him and his wife are already on the verge of divorce anyway. He might end up having to pay her some money, but I'm sure he'll just end up going out with me.
She's pregnant with the third child right now. Seems like you didn't know about it, but
They have kids?
he was such a nice manager before you showed up. He took care of his kids and his wife. He started getting really angry all of a sudden. It turns out you were the reason behind his irritability, huh?
Of course not.
You've managed to ruin his career here, along with his household. You've ruined it all for him, do you understand?
The manager and I will be happy together. It'll all be fine.
Are you seriously going to marry someone who is almost 20 years older than you?
Age doesn't matter anyway. It's all about love.
Yeah, I hope he thinks that too. Anyway, the point of this is you're gonna end up leaving this workplace.
Me? Why do I have to leave? I haven't done anything.
Yeah, exactly. You don't do anything, so you're going to be kicked out. What have you accomplished in the 2 months that you've worked here? You've managed to just seduce your manager. You can't even take copies correctly. I hope you learn how to work in your next office.
I don't want to look for a job again. And I can't tell my parents either. I have to pay off my student loans. How am I going to pay off my debt? Are you going to take responsibility for that?
Why do I have to take responsibility for that? You should take responsibility for your own actions, right? Even if he decides to get a divorce, or if they choose to stay together, I'm sure your wife will be suing you. I hope you have some money saved up.
Hang on a second. Sue me? How much is it going to cost? I only have like $300 in my savings. Is that going to be enough?
I think it's gonna want more than $300. Try adding 2 more zeros to that.
Miss Lauren, I'm so sorry about all this. Please don't tell her about any of this.
Even if I don't say anything, I think the company would have figured it out anyway. You were making fun of me, seeing that I was old and in my 30s and not married yet. Just so you know, I'm engaged and have a fiancé. I just don't bring it up at my workplace. I hope you are able to find someone by age 30. I hope you're able to find somewhere to work before then, though. She was eventually exposed for private use of company property. She was still on her trial period for the job, so as soon as the trial period ended, she was removed from her position. She worked hard for that month to show that she was a hard worker, to try to get them to keep her in her position, but no one was paying any attention to her, so it was all for nothing. The manager was also severely warned for private use of company mail. He was going to be losing a lot of money on the bonuses from now on. Lauren never actually did contact his wife on her own. She just ended up handing over the social media account printouts to the executive manager. As a result, the manager's wife heard about it. The manager and his wife now live apart. Catherine was going to be sued for a large sum of money. She works day in and day out now with part-time jobs. You can easily be fired from a part-time job if you don't work, so she works really hard now.